Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great day so far and a great start to 2020. I think that's the first time I'm saying this in a video, so that has shaken me to my core. So I thought, with it being the new year, a new year, new you know what people always say, people always talk a lot about New Year's resolutions and starting a new year and it being like a fresh start. And I like that. I totally understand where that comes from. For me, I've never really been one for like New Year's resolutions, because I always feel like if you want to make a change, if you want to do something different, if you want to commit to a goal, you should do it any day. Like, there's no better time than today. So I'm never kind of waiting for, you know, New Year's to start to make a change that I want to, or that I feel would be a positive. But this year I feel like, although I'm not trying to set a New Year's resolution that I want to keep for 30 days or anything like that, I really got thinking towards the end of 2019, what are things I feel like I could have done better this year? What are things I'd love to do better or do more of in 2020? And I decided to set myself 5 goals, because I feel like 5 is a good number. It feels like it sort of summarizes everything I want to aim for this year, but it's not overwhelming or intimidating. It's realistic, it's achievable, and it feels like a bite-sized selection of a few things I'm really committed to doing better in 2020 than I feel as though I did in 2019. And I thought like I really wanted to share these with you. Some of you might want to join me in setting goals, and saying them out loud and committing it to video really helps solidify my commitment to them. I feel like sometimes when you write a goal down or you tell someone else a goal, it really makes it set in concrete in your head that this is what you're committed to doing. So I wanted to do that today, to share mine with you, to encourage you and inspire you guys to set yourself some goals that are about you, or about what you want for yourself, that are about improving your quality of life and your work-life balance and all of that stuff, and really making a positive change and committing to a positive change for ourselves in 2020. So my first goal is to get back into employed work. 2019 was pretty much the start of me being self-employed, and there's lots of pros to that, but there are, for me personally, in my situation and in my profession, there are a lot of cons as well. You know, lots of things like your security for the future and things like that, things like pensions, things like national insurance. All of those things it's way beneficial to me personally in my situation for me to be employed rather than self-employed. I kind of had to go self-employed, I think it was towards the end of 2018 or halfway through 2018, maybe, I can't remember, some while ago. I had to go to being self-employed. I'm not talking about YouTube, I'm talking about my day job. And it really wasn't a positive for me. It really created a lot more problems than it solved. And so my goal for 2020, especially with my little boy, will be starting school this year. And that is a huge change. It's going to be a really sad, horrible, awful change for me, because I'm so used to having my buddy with me. He goes to preschool 2 days a week and I have him with me 5 days a week. Me and him together on our own 3 days a week. So it is going to be really hard, but he is so ready and I know he's going to absolutely love it. So he starts school in September. So come September, I'm going to have a lot more time. I can work a lot more. And without that taking any time away from my children, because they obviously will be in school. So I just really want to commit to this year, by the end of the year, being employed, whether that be in a part-time, full-time situation. I want to see how that goes, but I really want by the end of this year to be employed and not to be self-employed anymore. The second goal for this year, which has really been awful in 2019, and that is committing to one-on-one special time, this sounds really weird, with my husband. So I feel like we have got terrible at like getting dates, doing date night, you know, going to the cinema, having, you know, going out for dinner, things like that. The amount of like events and parties and things, both of us has gone to every single one on our own without our other half, because we lost our babysitter this year, or last year we lost our babysitter, my friend Debbie, who was just such an amazing, selfless person who would always come whenever we wanted to go out. She would always offer to come and sit in the house. And honestly, our babysitters, they don't have to do anything. Our children go to sleep at 7 and you won't see them before 7 the next day. So actually they did wake up one time and they were like, who is this? Because they'd never even met her, because they've literally been asleep whenever she was in our house. So it is an easy time. But we just, since my friend, she moved away from the area, so we have no family and friends near that don't have children themselves. We have no family that are nearby that could babysit, you know, just for a dinner or just for a night out or just for a movie or anything. So we really get so few times where we actually get to go and just be on our own, just me and my husband, and just have some real quality time. And it's so important, and we've really not had any in the last year. So that is something I really want to get better at. With my son starting school, with the fact that we know lots of people now through school, other parents who are always offering and saying, you know, that they'll sit with our kids, but we've just never left them with anybody other than my mum and dad and my friend before. So it's very nerve-wracking and scary, and we just haven't built a relationship with anybody who is, you know, a babysitter. We don't know any sort of older teens and things like that. But it's really something that's going to need to improve in 2020, so we get some really nice quality husband-wife time. So that's something that must improve. At least once a month we'd like to have a date night, a cinema trip, a dinner, even a lunch out, and really commit to that. Number 3 is a holiday. So last year we went on holiday with my family, and in 2020 we will be doing that again. We always have like a whole family holiday with my mum and dad, my sister and her family, and us. But this year I really want us to commit to finding the time to having just our family holiday as well. So maybe later in the year, just before my husband's job gets crazy in the winter, maybe, you know, September time, end of August, school holidays, maybe in the half term, we must commit to getting away somewhere sunny and warm with loads to do for the kids, and just having a family, just our family, just the 4 of us, and having a holiday, because we haven't done that in like three years. We've just had my family holiday with us all together, which we love, but I really want to commit this year to having a Holdcroft family only holiday. The next thing is my health. So as you guys know, my health this year, it's weird because I guess the first half of the year has been the worst it's ever been, and I've had real serious issues with my health and all of that stuff. And in the second part of the year has been, the last couple of months I guess, has been really good, as I've now you know, been diagnosed and I've now started treatment, so everything has been improving and improving and improving. I know I keep saying to you guys that one day I will do like a full video talking about my health and that whole journey and my diagnosis and stuff like that. The time is not yet. I'm just not ready or even sure if I want to. There's always a real negative response, and whether it's meant to be negative or not when you talk about health problems, and I just have to really be sure that I'm in the place to do that. But yeah, things have been a million times better in the last few months, and now I really feel like 2020, now we know what's going on, now I'm being treated really well, and had some great results. I really want to regain my full health, my full fitness. My training and like gym and all of that stuff has really suffered, as you can imagine, having been really poorly. So I really want to get back to my full fitness and my full health and my full strength in the gym in 2020, because there's no more excuses. We know what we're dealing with. I'm dealing really well with it, and so I'm ready to get back and really pushing myself to getting back to where I was before I got ill. And the last one, which is 100% the hardest one for me and the most important one for me, and this is getting better at me time, my time, Charlotte time, without the guilt. I think this is going to be a really life-changing goal for me. I have the worst mum guilt ever. If my children are home, if they are around, they're not in school, I won't leave the house. I won't do anything. Well, I will leave the house, but not without them. I don't go and get my hair cut anymore, because it means, you know, on the one day of the week where we're all together, it means me spending, you know, a few hours away from my family. So I just sacrifice that. I don't do that anymore, as you can tell. As it looks like rat's tails right now. yeah, you know, going to the hairdressers used to be something I used to love. I'd spend a few hours there getting it coloured, getting it cut, whereas now I just like don't do that anymore because I don't want to leave the house for hours during our special, you know, weekend time. But being someone who is like, I work part-time, but I'm also a full-time mum, if that makes sense. I have my little boy 5 days a week. On the 2 days where he's in preschool, we've still got school runs, we've still got school pickups, I still take my daughter swimming. So there's still, you know, mum heavy days, Monday and Tuesday, but the rest of the time I would consider myself like a pretty full-on part-time mum, if that makes sense. Probably not. But yeah, I spend a huge amount of time with my kids. We don't have any help as far as family. We don't have any family nearby. I am with my children, like, apart from during school hours for my daughter, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I don't really have much time to go and do stuff. Like I always say, like my channel and just doing my makeup in the morning is my me time, and it's just really, it's not good enough. I really need to get better. And if I do go and do something like getting my hair done, going for lunch with my friends, my kids they really aware. If I go for dinner, they're literally going to bed, you know, as I'm leaving, but they really get, you know, upset, and then I feel really guilty because they know I'm not going to be in the house. And I'm so bad that I just don't do anything. And if I think someone asks me, do you want to do something, and it's going to eat into my time with my kids, or it's going to mean me, you know, leaving the house without my children when they will be at home, I don't do it, and that's terrible. I know it's like, you know, that's a typical mum thing, but it isn't good. You do need to have time for yourself, and you do need to sometimes put yourself first and do things and have time off from just being a mum as well. I think it's really important to have time where you go and go shopping, or you go and have your hair done, or you go for lunch with your friends, and it's just time for you. And I am really terrible at that. And like I said, when I do it, I don't enjoy it because I feel so guilty all of the time, and it's ridiculous because, you know, they just really appreciate you more when they have moments when you do go and you do something, they miss you and look forward to you coming back. I mean, my husband, if he like goes to work for the day, it's like he's returning from war when he comes back. Like, you've never seen anything like it. Whereas me, they never ever have me not there, so they don't like appreciate me coming back, or they don't appreciate me when I'm there because they are just so used to me always being there, always super reliable, which is lovely. But it is nice to, you know, to go and have people welcome you back occasionally, you know. That would be nice. It'd be nice for someone to be like pleased to see me for a change. So those are my 5 goals. To summary: get back being employed, massive improvement on spending time, me and my husband together, a family holiday just for us 4, getting back into my peak health and fitness, and 5, better at spending guilt-free me time. And I want to tag on to that as well, actually. Somehow working out how I'm going to have time with my daughter and time with my son, because that's going to be hard once they start school, and that's going to be new this year. Because, you know, when it's school holidays, summer holidays, etc., my little boy still goes to preschool, so I get a couple of days with my daughter during all school holidays, which is amazing. Just to have me and her mummy daughter time is brilliant. Obviously my son, I get 3 days a week, just me and him. So I really need to figure out this year how, when, you know, they both are going to be off and in school all exactly the same times, how I really make sure that I spend quality time one-to-one, and my husband as well is doing that as well, because I think that's really important that they do get you, you know, one-to-one sometimes, because when you have multiple kids, you know, that's quite rare to have like special mummy time on your own. I think that's really important, so that's something I need to work out this year as well. So thank you for watching. I'd love you to join in with me. If you want to do 5 goals for yourself, please let us know what they are if you're comfortable down in the comments below, and we can all really help and support each other and shout each other out and cheer each other on throughout the year in achieving our goals. I'll do an update at some point maybe, so let you know how I'm doing in a future video with my goals, how they're going, and I'd love to hear how yours are going and what you've decided to commit to for yourself yourselves in 2020. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.